Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the #1 show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show.
Hey, everybody, it is Jon Heffron, Jon Reep. The reason why we play that intro in the very beginning, for those of you watching, and those of you watching get to see my lazy eye for some reason. It's weird.
Yeah, I want to talk about the lazy eye and your hat.
Right. We do that for those who just listen on the podcast. So it's, I know it's weird, but some people listen.
Right.
So wait a second. So, you know, like,
lots to talk about today, by the way.
We got lots, but we want to talk about the hat first. What do you think of it?
Oh, well, I'm not sure. When I first looked at it, when I glanced at it, I thought you had another pair of glasses on the top of your hat. Like, why does he have two pair of glasses? He's got one on his face, one on his hat. And then I realized, oh no, that's not glasses. That's like a strap tied in the front.
Yeah, it's like one of those winter ones where I could I did the wrong side. Ow. But I can put it goes over your ears.
Yeah, right.
You know, or you can go down.
Yeah, I've seen those, but normally they're kind of like insulated on the back part, and it's a different color than the rest of the hat or something, or it's
That's
snap.
a style. That's one style. This was this hat was invented in the 1903. It's a Michigan company. Old a guy who worked was a lumberjack and a minor league baseball player.
Okay.
I got the whole history. There's a store here where I live that I guess the store has been open since 1920, like one of those department stores that are like downtown of little cities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you always wonder like who's buying clothes in there.
Right.
And it's always like cold weather stuff. And it's been around for that long.
Wow.
But they're, of course, like everything else in the world, going out of business. So they had a sale of everything was 40% off. Or, you know, so I went in there and I got this hat, and then I end up buying furniture from the clothing store.
Interesting.
All their racks and stuff, like you're at a clothing store, like they had these really cool things that are on these wheels that look pretty industrial, but like they have pants hanging.
Yeah.
You know, if you're trying on pants and you can look at for your size.
Yeah.
So I bought one of those.
So they're really like getting rid of everything. Not just
everything,
not the things that they would normally sell, but the furniture that they hang the stuff on. They're like, this gotta go.
Then the 3-tier wood thing where they'd have folded sweaters on each level. I bought that. And then they had these chairs like where you would sit to try on shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you'd sit, but they said the chairs are probably from 1920, 1930. And the arms, it was the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in. So I bought 2 of them. Like just crazy random.
Did you have to make more than one trip to get everything home?
They wouldn't let me. So I got the chairs, and then I was like, can I bring these to my truck? He's like, no, we got to keep them. I'm like, but I just bought them. He's like, I need a place for the old people. The old guys sit in those chairs while their wives shop.
Oh, so you bought them for when they're totally done. Yeah.
He should have gave them to me though. I was kind of bummed, but I ended up buying.
Yeah. Did he not tell you that beforehand?
No, they don't. You know, he doesn't
That's
care.
kind of a jip.
I went to buy them, but now I'm gonna have like one of my little bedrooms, that just have on my clothes. I'm gonna make it look like a little boutique.
That's awesome.
Look like I'm walking into a store like every time.
I love that.
And all my stuff's just gonna be displayed like
that's cool. It makes it feel like it's like you're wearing new clothes every time you put them on. Yeah.
I might even put.
Are you gonna fold them? Do you know how to fold them a certain way so it looks like they're on display?
I'll steal one of those ones from like the Gap. I would see at the Gap they have that.
You don't need that, man. I could teach you how to do it. I learned it a long time ago. It's a couple of moves. It's on the wrist and the flip. You do it a couple times.
Yeah.
You don't need it. You could do it if you do it right, but you could mess it up.
I went to I had 4 boxes in my basement of clothes from when I moved from Los Angeles. And so I'm going through all those, and I have a hard time getting rid of stuff. I'm like, okay, I just need to. I want to see everything out. I think I'm even going to. I was looking at neon signs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get a Heffron Reep neon sign for behind me.
Oh,
and
nice.
then my basement, I think I want to turn. I bought disco lights.
What a great idea! I should get one of those for in here too.
Dude, they're not that much money.
I mean, the same studio I do country-ish, I do Heffron Reep. I've already got a country-ish thing hanging on this wall. What if I get a Heffron Reep on this wall?
Just I'll get us two.
Yeah, let me know.
Just the neon sign in cursive. It'll just be Heffron Reep, and then we'll just.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it'll just be circle thing.
Oh, wait. Speaking of Heffron Reep, and just remember that thought. Yeah. I want everyone to know that we are not live right now. And the past couple of times that we have done this show, we've not been live.
Wait a minute. I was live. You were.
No.
Were you a hologram?
I'm a hologram. Yeah, I'm actually from the future. Yeah, I just came back from a cruise. I look pretty tan, don't I?
I knew it. I knew when I would talk to you, your response time was just like a second off, where I was like, man, something's weird.
Jon Heffron. Yeah, so we're not live, but and the reason why we did that, couple reasons. It was easier for us to record these on a Monday, put them out on a Wednesday, scheduling wise. I like football, so I kind of wanted to watch Monday Night Football, but we're going to change all that again. But as of now, I want you to know we're not live, but that doesn't mean we're not reading your comments. Yeah, so I'd go through, even when we're, on a Wednesday, since we're not live, when you're watching them Wednesdays, I actually can look at the show as it's happening if I happen to be available and read your comments. Or if I'm not, I'll go back and read them later. My point is this: don't let the live discourage you from leaving comments, because we're still going to read them. And it's fun to play along. So, but I think we're going to change it. So maybe, John, what do you think of this? And the Alan Jackson, maybe next time or the time after that, because I will be on a cruise ship next week. So next week you're going to do this. You'll figure out a guest and you'll get it done without me.
Right.
But the week after that, I think we go live once again on Mondays. We'll go back to Mondays. What do you think? Okay. And we'll go live at 8:00 again. But this time we'll focus the first 30 minutes of the show just on me and you, like we're doing right now. So we're not distracted with comments. But then the next 30 minutes, we actually go to the comments and then we pay attention to them and we weigh in and we let people, we read them. We'll give people shout outs and stuff.
Okay.
But what I did like about not going live was the fact that it's just me and you right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not constantly looking over, checking other people's comments.
Yeah. And then you get the occasional D-bags that just.
Yeah. Which put you in a bad mood. And it's like, well, now I'm not having fun. Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like go volunteer, do something. Yeah.
And there was a guy maybe a couple shows ago who was, I don't know who it was or how to stop it, but someone was just kept putting an angry face up over and over again. When we were broadcasting this last Wednesday, that was happening. Yeah. I was noticing an angry face come up. I don't know who did it or how to stop it. But other people were going like, "What's wrong with this dude?"
Yeah.
Which is not what we want them focusing on. We want them focusing on the things we're talking about, not that guy.
Yeah. We'll do that, man. My lazy eye is killing me. I got to stop looking at it.
I cut you off though. You were talking about.
So in my basement, I bought disco lights.
Yes.
Like a machine that shoots lasers, and you can hit a button and it'll shoot. It looks really trippy, like you're at a rave, all over your ceiling, wall, and floor. Or you can narrow a square and literally make a dance floor on the ground. So you can make a square that does a bunch of stuff, and that's the dance floor.
Oh, cool.
Just like it was from the 70s and the laser shoot. So every time I go down there, we turn it on. And then I decided I think I'm gonna make my basement like people have man caves or bars is a thing. I think I'm going to make it a dance club. Because one, at our age, where really you're going to go to dance? There's really not at my age.
You'll be the old guy at the bar if you do go.
and you got to get in your car and you got to drive.
Yeah.
So with the neon sign, and this is something that if you're watching and you want to put in the comments, I will go back and read. I'm trying to think of the name of my dance club that'll have a neon sign when you come downstairs, but I think I want to do like, I was thinking like the Odyssey, like there were a lot of like clubs in the before 2000 that were like Odyssey 2000.
Yeah,
I think the word like the Odyssey Dance Club.
Yeah,
it just
I think there was one in Myrtle Beach that was called Odyssey 2001.
Yeah, it was
back in 1999. I'm sorry, 88. Like before there was a 2001. If we ever going to get there.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of like the name of my road, dance club, or Heffron, dance club and karaoke. I don't know.
Okay,
but I have like an 80s name.
An 80s name. So this dance club will be 80s.
Odyssey. The word Odyssey to me seems very 80s dance clubby.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Odyssey's good. Anything with it at the Y at the end. It almost sounds kid-like, like an Odyssey sounds like a ride at a fair. Did you get on the Odyssey?
Yeah, like I was thinking like the Beat Dance Club. Because now this is just me being creating a fort, but my little karaoke machine, I might go all in. Like I might even have like a little DJ booth, a milk crates with a stand where you can get up there, and then that's where the karaoke thing will be.
Do you envision?
I'm gonna make it like a
people
like
coming
Dimples.
over. Are you
like Dimples?
Dimples was awesome. Dimples in Burbank.
Yeah, so I might literally just go like have that in my basement.
Yeah, I've been in your basement. There's room for that, but you'd have like one or two tables.
Well, I have my long bar top table that's down there now.
Yeah.
So it's like a bar stool. I mean, it seats 10 people lengthwise.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's awesome. Are you going to invite people over?
I don't know. It might just be for me.
Right.
I was down there by myself today looking for something, and I got pissed because I couldn't find it. And then I played Bruno Mars Skate, the song he has called Skate, and the floor is so slippery. I had my socks on. I literally danced of the full song like I was skating, and I was exhausted. And I counted that as my workout.
By yourself?
Just by myself.
Wonderful. What were you wearing besides the socks?
I was wearing just this, and then I started doing aerobics to the song and pretending that I was teaching aerobics. And then I thought, should I do that because I'm trying to get my Instagram. I'm just trying to get all numbers up. So I feel I have to put out content. I was like, wonder if I do impromptu aerobics where I pick a song and I just do aerobics. Like I'm talking to like the people at home and we just do moves. And
you could do that.
It's wake up aerobics.
I think that'd be good for TikTok, especially because that's all about dancing and lip syncing and kind of stuff. Are you on TikTok, John? No. Okay. Well, then focus on your Instagram first. I see you got your Instagram handle up there. I like to call them handles like it's CB talk.
Yeah.
At comedian Jon Heffron, and then I'm at Jon Reep, JONREEP. But go ahead. I was going to ask a question.
But speaking of skating, I have an idea for us for next year.
All right.
Can you hear this?
I can.
What if we did bowling alleys this year, right?
Right.
So here's what I'm thinking. There's this place by me here in Michigan, called Bonaventure. It was like the roller rink that you went to just as a kid, parties, kind of dates. But it still exists, and you can rent it out for the day or the night. I'm thinking, what if we did a comedy show at a roller rink. So we
I don't hate it. Now that we've already done bowling alleys, and to me that would probably be the worst one ever. It can't be any worse. I mean, skating can't be as bad as what we thought bowling was going to be.
Well, you figured the skating, they'd put chairs out, so people are showing up to see comedy.
Yeah,
so you're kind of in a theater,
ish.
And the people get tickets. They see our show, and then after we DJ the skate. Everybody there moves, gets their shoes. We clean out the floor. Everybody jumps on the dance floor, and it's just me and you just going all skate, you know?
Yeah, I love it, man. I love skating. I haven't done it in forever.
I haven't done it since I was 15.
But I would love to. Now, would you envision people wearing skates during the show, or are we going to make it part of it? I feel like that'd be a mess. Someone would fall down. Someone would roll away.
It'd be a couples thing, right? Or you just, I don't even know. I think that would be a fun event.
I like it.
I don't even know how many
people. We do have a skate land here in Hickory, which is old school, and it's not changed.
Dude, so
one thing has not changed from on the inside of that place since the 80s.
We'll do the skate land in Hickory, and we'll do this Bonaventure place in Michigan.
Okay.
Right? Like, and then we'll do it like
but you can still call it That's How We Roll.
Right? It's just like it won't change. We could do it around the same time that we did the last one. You know, or we do it in the middle of winter. I don't know. Something to think about.
Okay. I'm not hating on this.
Right? I mean, it's just people.
Let's put it out there.
Skate
in the comment section. What do you think?
Yeah, their tickets would get them in. And, you know, the tickets would get them in. And if they wanted to stay for me and you DJing, that literally, I can't think of a funner thing to do. Is if we were DJing just the skating.
Yeah, and definitely stick around to skate too. I'd do that.
We do.
Now,
like
let me ask you this: do you remember comedian Nick Swartzen?
Yes.
Were you ever invited to his birthday '80s skate party?
No.
Do you know about it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
but
I only went one time. It was fun. He would rent out a skating rink in Los Angeles somewhere, and everyone would dress up like from the 80s and go skating. And he would do the lights would, be like glow in the dark song. And I mean, it was a lot of fun. And it was all comedians and his friends. I said we take a note from his playbook and do a 80s themed. So if you're dressed up as a character or someone from the 80s, maybe you get a deal. It's $5 off. I don't know how we judge that, but if you put the vibe out there, maybe it'll be more fun to be at a different event because we're already in roller skating rinks. Dude, we already love the 80s.
We could have a roller skating competition. A couple skate.
Yeah.
And then we'll give a cash prize.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like if someone wants to do like a figure skating routine, we could judge that as well. Like a dance. There's always like that one guy who can dance and skate at the same time.
Shoot the duck, dude.
Yeah, play those big fuzzy dice games.
Dude, there's so much.
Yeah,
but we rent it out, or we get a hold of them. I don't know if those places are allowed to, or if you can serve booze.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, I'm sure you could. I mean, you're right. It's mostly a kids thing, but the ones that I went to in LA, you could totally, get like pitcher of beer, like a bowling alley type deal. Maybe
or if you go to them, and you just tell them that we want to rent it out from 7 o'clock on to 2, then the kids could come and they just blow out those kids. They don't, you know what I mean? Go home, do your homework. The adults are going to skate now.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring the kids anyway, really.
No, we wouldn't it'd be, but I think that would be a fun move.
It'd be fun. Definitely. That's doable. I like it. I'm already thinking, what am I going to wear?
Yeah, it's well, I saw that show Roller Bounce, that movie.
I don't know it.
Yeah, it's just about skating. And it was pretty awesome. So you could watch that.
Is it a new movie?
Nah, it's like maybe 6-7 years old.
Oh, okay.
But we definitely, what I didn't know that happens in skating is we would need nylon team jackets.
Yeah.
Like skating teams have, like outfits are a thing.
Right. Oh, maybe we have roller derby too. If we want to get some girls involved, do some roller derby.
There's a lot, but I'm curious to see how many you could see. Like if you could put tables up, or just there's probably no drinks on the skate floor.
I mean, if they could do it on a bowling alley type floor, they could do it on a roller skate and not worry about messing up the floor. I guess you have to put like a rug or something down, like some sort of covering. I don't know if it's a protected floor. Yeah. All right. Well, let's work on that.
Then we lock up. Then we're doing bowling alleys and roller rinks. I mean,
that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. That is a career goal and everything.
I like it, dude. Bruno Mars. He's perfect for that, right? Happy Halloween, dude. I mean, we missed you. I saw your pictures that you posted.
I saw yours. You guys.
What do we want to talk about first? Halloween or this other big event that happened in your life?
What's up to you?
Yeah. All right. Well, because I follow John Heffron on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, I noticed that there's a certain other person that's in a lot of your pictures recently.
Yeah.
And you guys were posing with rings, at least one ring I saw. So you got engaged.
I got engaged.
Hey! There it is.
There we go.
It's a good picture. Oh, the girl always puts the hand on the chest so she can see the ring.
Showing ownership.
That heart in there is mine. And y'all look good together. That's a good looking couple. I can see this.
Yeah, the
couple,
other
modeling picture. Lumberjack clothes, and Peterbilt hats, and you look good.
Yeah, that's her Downton Abbey hat.
Oh,
so
look at that!
I look like a dork with my glasses.
I don't know how you smile like that. It looks like you go out of your way to do it. It's almost like you're mocking smiles. Like, I smile like this to make fun of people who smile.
Well, you know what? With my Bell's palsy, it's not as easy to hold up like the smile. It's a little bit a little bit of work. So I don't know how to grimace.
Right.
So I do, because my face, it's not even anymore. I have one cheek bigger than the other.
Yeah.
So
it's barely noticeable, but you've done this smile even before the Bell's palsy.
Okay.
So I'm not blaming the Bell's palsy. I think it's a subconscious thing, because I know what you look like when you honestly laugh at something and you're smiling. It was just not the same smile as the one that you put on for pictures, but it is you being happy. I mean, I don't know. I
never noticed that. I wonder, because you do so many pictures. I'm so
okay. I'll show you. So here's me. Where'd you go? Here's me. Wait, what are you trying to do, John? Okay.
I was trying to move. Like, you do so many pictures.
Here's me fake smiling, right?
Like after the show.
And then here's me like a laugh smile. They're a little bit different. Like if I force it, I think you're oh, you had it and lost it.
Like,
maybe if you're not looking at yourself, like it's almost like when you smiled and you weren't looking. Perfect. Don't move. Now look at yourself. And then it slowly goes back to the other one.
Well, maybe.
Wait, what I'm trying to say is congratulations.
Yeah, well, you ever take pictures with somebody and they're like, let's do a picture after a show, and then you're standing there, and then they're going, how do you unlock the phone? I can't. It's flipped, and then they hand the phone to somebody else, and then you're just kind of stuck in smile mode.
Yeah. It turns
Right.
into sarcastic smile mode because at first it was a genuine smile. Now you're kind of angry that it's taken so long to take the picture that you're like sarcastically smiling.
Yeah. So yeah, I did the big move. And I gotta say, I didn't put like a crazy amount of mental thought in it, in the sense of, you know, it being the second one. Do you even, you know, reach an age? Do you want to? Do you even need to? Right? You're not, if you're not having kids or anything. You know, I have a lot of friends, you know, male and female. They're like, I'm would never do it again. There's zero need.
Yeah.
You know, some people want to, so I just kind of had a notion where I'm like, I think I do better with just nesting and being with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not good on my own.
It's definitely healthier for men.
Right. Like, well, right. Yeah. I mean, you've seen me when I've had like a week alone. So I wasn't nervous. Like, I wasn't, do I want to do this? Should I? I mean, I wanted to, but I didn't have any, well, I should probably talk myself out of this.
How did it go down? Let's talk about the actual proposal.
Well,
where were you?
So we went and we looked at rings randomly. And she was kind of looking at them, and that just felt weird. But again, when you're a certain age, and if somebody was married for 25 years prior, and you kind of do things a little bit different. So I'm like, yeah, let's just go. We'll go pick out the ring, so you get one you want, opposed to do. But that, I didn't like that experience. It just felt weird. It kind of, you know, you kind of got the vibe that it just, you know how people like, they go, you pick out what you want for your birthday and I'll buy it. I've never liked that.
Yeah.
I've always liked, no, it should be a secret. It should be a thing. You don't know what's coming.
Right.
So we went to this like antique store, and there's a certain type of ring, and I literally, crap. I forgot the name of it. Not Philippi. Anyway, there's all these like circular, it's like an older 1920s way of designing rings.
It's more of a round shape than an oval.
But it has all this design in like it, philopopy. Oh, crap. Anyway, so we looked and then we left. And then.
All right. During that. Okay. Hang on. So in that, when you were looking at rings, did you guys go, let's go look at rings because we're going to get married one day? Or was it like we're already walking around? Oh, look, there's a ring store. Let's wander.
No, we were kind of talking about it.
Okay.
Trying to figure out, you know, that's another thing that happens to you. I think when, you know, when you reach a certain age where you go, am I just wasting time with this person? Because if so, I'll date 40 people. Like, what's the end game here?
Yeah.
At least that's how I am.
Okay.
You know, you just want, so we kind of looked at them. And then whatever the stuff was called, we found one that we liked, but it was a little pricey. So I'm like, well, let me kind of look. And then she never brought it up again. And then I went to a store here in town, and I found this ring in maybe 5 minutes. I go, I'm looking for whatever word I can't remember. I go, do you have any that have that in it? And then they're like, we have one. And then they got it and put it together, and I just go, I'll just take it. So then I had the thing, which is always, you know.
You already knew her ring size?
No, she had to get it or get it thing, whatever it's called.
Resized.
Philanthropy. No, that's gonna kill me.
It's not philanthropy is a word, but it's not bad. All right, hang on.
Okay, I'm gonna show you.
Hang on, I rolled over my cord. Talk.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna show you whatever this thing is called, and then it really kind of doesn't add to the story. But it's what she wanted, and it was a style from the 20s. I can literally say anything I want right now. Like, so everyone should go to my. You can hear me.
But
I will show. Can you see? Oh, That looks like that looks dirtier than a hand.
I move around way too much. Okay.
Yeah. So do you see that stuff on there?
Oh, the actual ring itself, not the
Yeah.
diamond. Yeah.
But you see all that's
Yeah.
whatever. That's a word,
Oh, yeah.
and that's a like an antique way to do rings.
It
So
starts
I
with
saw
P.
it, and
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of really cool. So I bought it, and then I was like, when am I going to do it? And we were going up to Traverse City just to do some wine tasting. And then I got a hold of, there's a new comedy club up in Traverse City called the Traverse City Comedy Club. And I got a hold of them. I'm like, hey, I'm in town. And then they were like, do you want to do a show? And the club was open for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I go, yeah, I'll do it on Thursday. And then that way we can do this wine tasting. So we did wine tasting. And then I'm like, I have to do it up here because the views were, awesome. Like I'll show you the
Tell me more about Traverse City. How far is it from where you live?
4 hours north.
Okay.
On Lake Michigan.
Okay.
Super, just super. I mean, that's the view from our hotel. It's just super, just lakes and change of colors. It's just a really cool part of Michigan.
Okay.
So I'm like, we'll do it up there, or at least in my head, I thought it was. And I had all these different ways I was going to do it, but everyone just didn't work out.
Okay.
Like I was going to literally do it at Arby's drive-thru, and then I bailed on that going, that's lame.
Yeah.
So then
it would have been. Why would you think of does she like Arby's? She can't like Arby's as much as you do.
And so then there's this really cool lighthouse, and there was nobody around. There wasn't anybody. So I was like, I'm gonna just do it once we go in this lighthouse. That'd be a cool place to do it. And then as we were walking there, she's like, I'm freezing. You can go look in the lighthouse if you want, but I have to go back to the Jeep because I'm freezing. So she bailed on me.
Oh no.
So then I went to the lighthouse and was thinking, how am I going to get her back in here? And then people started kind of showing up. It was just a moment where there wasn't anybody. And then there are a couple. I'm like, I'm not doing it in front of people. So I'll figure it out. Okay. So then we leave. Side note, if I could side note this, at this lighthouse, I'm fascinated with this. So in the 1900s, there was a family that worked this lighthouse, okay? Because there were a lot of ships that would crash into it. But the guy's job, the first lighthouse person there, was to count how many ships went past the house. And then at the end of the year, he had to say. And I was just fascinated because the first year he did it, there were 5. And then the next year, there was like 120. So I was just thinking about this guy just staring out of his window, like parents are on Zoom. And just if his kids came in, did he have to like wave them off? Like he's got to concentrate and just wait and see.
Not now. I think I see a light in the
And
distance.
then at the end of the year, did he fuck up and was like, oh, I lost track? Yeah. I don't know, like 10.
It could have been an alien. Yeah. It could have been a firefly.
He didn't, but he just like this made up numbers. But it seemed like it's super interesting. So anyway, then we got back to the hotel. Okay. And there was a restaurant.
Now this whole time, are you in the back of your head? I like the story. I want to get into it. I have questions as we go. Okay.
Okay.
Because your plan was to do it in the lighthouse, but it's too cold. She went to the Jeep.
She left. She went
and
back.
Now you're like, well, shit. I don't want to do it in the lighthouse, but there's people. All right, let's get back in the Jeep. Now you're thinking you're back at the hotel. Now, are you thinking of like, well, I can't do it at the hotel. What am I go to another romantic thing?
Yeah. Okay. So then, there's like a bar on the 17th floor, 16th floor of the hotel we stayed at. And there was nobody because it's COVID still. There was nobody in this bar 2 nights in a row.
Okay.
We had crazy views and it just looked out. Kind of romantic. And again, we were alone. There's like one server or a bartender you'd see every 15 minutes.
Okay.
So my plan was I go, let's go up to this bar and we both drink bourbon. They had like these $75 shots of some type of just, high-end bourbon. So I was just going to buy 2 really expensive shots.
Okay.
And then I was like, I'll drop the ring in the shot.
Okay.
This is so dumb, right?
No. I'm thinking of something happened to me.
So I had it, and then we sit down, and I'm waiting for service. Nobody's coming. We're the only ones sitting in this entire place. Nobody's making the one server guy, and he comes out, and he goes, hey, can I, I'm Aaron. He looks like an LA actor waiter guy for some reason in Michigan, and he goes, hey, I'm Aaron. Can I get you guys a drink? The men usually have the Moscow Mule, and then women, and then he named some like literally like a foo drink, like Zima.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Michelle goes, what if I wanted the bourbon? Women don't. Have you ever met? Like, so then it was kind of.
You can't say that stuff in this non-binary world we live in today.
Yeah. So then that put a weird spin on us being there.
Right now, I can't propose now because we've argued about men and women.
It's a thing. So
pronouns.
I ordered so we both ordered just to order, but that wasn't overly good. So then we went back to the room, and then she started saying, "You've been weird the whole thing." Because we drove for 4 hours up, and I probably said 10 words to her.
Yeah.
I just, you're just in your head going, should I do this? Should I not? Well, we should. Why not? Love is love. Right. You're having all this. And then you're like, I don't know. The next exit, I'm just going to get out of the Jeep. I'm going to run into the woods. That's how it's right. You're having all those thoughts. And then we're back in the hotel.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to get mad because I know the next day I'm performing. So I'm not doing it at the comedy club. After the comedy club, because I want to start off showing that there's separation between work and hanging out. And I'm bad at that. Like I can mesh them, or I'm trying to I've even said it a couple times. We're out to dinner or something, or this is maybe just a creative way. I start going, you know what? Me and Reep should do this, and then you kind of get to look like. So do you think about work all the time, or is there a time where you can be present, right? So I'm just going, okay, listen, I've been around for 51 years. I kind of had the same complaints from kind of everybody, so maybe it is me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it day of the show. Day of the show is day of the show. I got to separate this. So
so now you're no longer in the lighthouse, and now you're to another day, and you have to skip a day.
And then I'm like, well, I'm not even going to do it now. I'll just wait a couple weeks. Now I'll just wait. But then it just, it's just now the pressure was kind of building up. So
plus you got that ring. It's probably burning a hole in your pocket.
It's in there, and I had it in my pocket the whole trip, just in case.
Was it in the
box
by itself in the box? So you had a big box in your pocket.
Big box in my pocket. So then we ordered pizza because you couldn't get food anywhere. So we ordered pizza to the hotel, which also always, I have a theory. The nicer hotel, the shittier chances you have to get food. It's a thing.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Their room service, we call, they go, our room service is open Thursdays from 7 to 11 and Saturday. Like their room service was only two days the entire week.
It's never when you want it.
So anyway, so I go, hey, so World Series starts, and she's a huge baseball fan. So that starts, pizza comes. I think she's having a beer. She's really geared up to watch the baseball game.
Okay.
And it just starts. We're a minute in, 2 minutes in. And I go, hey, you have to come down to the Jeep for a second. I have a birthday thing because I was giving her birthday gifts kind of throughout because it was also her birthday.
Oh.
And she goes, why do I have to go come to the Jeep? I go, could you come? It's kind of like a funny, more of a sight gag, and you kind of need to see it in the Jeep.
Okay.
Right now I'm just making up. And she's like, the World Series just started. It just started. We just got our
She
pizza.
sounds like the dude, and you sound like the female in this
she's
story.
Like, the
I love
pizza
it.
just got here. It's warm.
Amazon.
Yeah, in the game. And I go, just
pause it. We're not at home.
I go, just bring the pizza with you. This will take like 2 seconds and you can help me carry it up. And
how cold was it outside?
It's freezing. It's like in the 40s. And she's in her pajamas. She goes, we've been in the Jeep. There's nothing in there that needs help carry. Like, and I go, can you come in the Jeep and then that way it's just one gift and everything's building to a theme. I'm just lying at this point.
Yeah.
So then we got down to the Jeep, and because we started dating during COVID in Michigan, nothing was open.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Like we couldn't. So you couldn't go to bars. You couldn't go to restaurants. She wasn't coming over here. I wasn't invited over there. She has morals and she's got all these, I was like, ugh. So we did a lot, literally, of talking in the back of the Jeep at a bowling alley parking lot. The bowling alley was a speakeasy, so you could also go in there and you could get booze, right? If you knew the thing, and you'd walk in every once in a while, there'd be like 5 or 6 people in this back bar drinking.
I remember this phase.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about this.
Yeah, so we freeze. So I got her in the back of the Jeep, which sounds
one more time.
And then I put on the playlist that we had the entire time that we were when we were in the Jeep and talking, and I just asked her in the back of the Jeep.
Now, okay. Do you think she understood the Jeep part at that moment?
I think she was clueless or she's lying to me until she sat, and then I must have had that tone in my voice where you're not talking normal. Because you have this huge speech planned,
right?
And
then your heart gets involved and your brain.
I bailed on the speech within 2 seconds. It's like you have a new bit and you start to talk and nobody's grabbing a hold of the premise, and you're like, "Fuck it." And here is my romantic. I had a whole speech. Right here is my romantic speech. I'll give it to you, right now. Hold on.
Yeah, is it?
No, that's romantic. That's not.
Did you type it out?
No. Here's what I looked at her. I just said, "It's time." That's all I said.
That's it. Oh.
That's all I said.
Time to drop a rhyme. Time to suck a lime. It's time for the mother joke of the day.
I go, "It's time," and then I just pull out the ring, and then she goes. I might have said something afterwards. I was kind of having a little like nervous thing kicking in. And then she goes, "Is this a joke?" Because she's looking at the box. And
you
then
haven't opened the box yet.
No,
so you didn't hold the box and do like that. You just held the box.
I had the box. And then she had to lift it. And then she goes, "Is this what?"
She probably thinks it's like a Jack in the Box. It's going to come popping out. Just
goes,
kidding.
"Is this a joke?" And then
it's not time.
Yeah. And then she's like, "I didn't even know when'd you get the ring?" Then, after she said, "Of course." Yeah. Then I had to deal with a million questions of when did I get it? How long?
Yeah.
Who knew? And nobody knew. Like literally my family, best friend, like sister, nobody. I kept it quiet to everybody. Because I kind of wanted it to be my own thing, and I didn't necessarily want advice.
Yeah,
from people, because that happens. Like, well, it'd be better, you better get a prenup. You gotta like everyone tells you all these you gottas in case it goes south, and
it kind of ruins your fun.
What? Yeah, and I go, you know what? I'm 51. I might do this on my own.
Did after she said yes and she knew it was not a joke? Did she start going, well, why in the Jeep? Did she understand? Why?
Well, then I had to tell her, "Hey, I was going to do it here, but you're always freezing. So we got to start bringing extra jackets."
Did you guys argue after she said yes?
I'm like, "You were going to do it there." And then I kind of told her how
but
close.
You're always cold.
Yeah. And then I go, "Then I was going to do it upstairs." And she's like, "That wouldn't have been good. That guy was a dick." And I'm like, "Okay, right. So that was good." And then I told her about the Arby's thing. And then she's like, "Yeah, not at Arby's." I have to repeat this story to people. So it kind of worked out the way it was supposed to.
Oh, that's good.
It's just the speech part. I had more planned. I don't even know,
Wait,
it wasn't like end of movie romantic.
Yeah.
But
give me the notes of the speech without having to. I mean, did you ever write it down or did you just have it in your head?
I had it in my head.
What are the bullet points?
I was just, man, I had a whole thing about the future and and growing old, like, just like all this stuff. And then it's time.
Yeah. That's not bad. Look, I mean, right. It is the second one. You had great intentions. As long as she knows everything afterwards, like, well, I tried to do it here and this and this.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course she's, you guys had already talked about it. So, it was a yes going in.
I did have a speech that I'm so lucky I didn't do. That was going to involve comedy. Like I was going to say, and I told her this, that I was going to say something like, listen, like I'm all in for us, but I kind of feel like I'm taking a second lap in life right now, with my comedy career. And I literally, I feel the same as when I did when I was 18 or 19, and there's a lot of variables and I was like, so I need to put myself really kind of in my, like I was going to give, dude, it would have been horrible. And I told her I was going to say almost this, like, here's some gray hair. I want to just make sure, if, I have to do 10 weeks in a row, I'm going to do it. Cause of the thing. And then she was like, yeah, I probably didn't need the work speech then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, cause at that point you're making it about just you. And
but I almost felt like it was like, okay, here's the terms of agreements on the app. You got to agree to the terms.
Yeah. Right.
You
actually have to read them and scroll to the bottom, then click I agree.
You have to read them, but I might,
What afterwards, I mean, it was a happy time, I'm sure, in the Jeep. You guys went back inside. I'm not going to get personal, but there's always that moment of like celebratory good times.
Yeah.
Was it different than other times? Sorry.
No, it was less than other times. It was a lot of her going, I can't believe this, this just happened. I can't believe. And then I think my sister was the first person I texted. Like, so this happened. Yeah. And we both had it on our phones, and she had a person, and we both had our thumbs on the send, because we knew the second that we said this happened, the rest of the night was going to be fielding phone calls and texts.
Yeah.
So she's like, do we want to tell anybody? Maybe we just don't tell anybody till we get back. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then a
just
second later, she's like, I have to tell my kids. I have to. And then I go, okay, hit send. And we hit send. And then there's
like flood comes in.
And then there's a million.
That's great.
Calls.
Well, I'm happy for you, buddy. Congratulations. Did you guys set a date?
No. So here, and although if we do it, I think this time, because it's everybody's second, we might elope and just do it one weekend and not tell anybody. But we need one. She's down to do it at the courthouse, and not even have like a thing. So, and that's what I said. I go, I'd rather do that and then have like 3 mini parties, like in the summer.
Right.
Like have a Michigan one. She's got, her kids are like Nashville, go down to that and just do a rotation, but make the actual ceremony thing not a thing.
Right. I agree. I think that's like, smart.
Save money.
And it's also more personal if it's just you two. Because the party's the party. It's going to be fine. And
you need one witness on both sides and somebody ordained. Like you don't even.
And
yeah.
So I would not recommend finding a comedian who also does it.
Yeah.
Really? This guy?
Then I've separated, but
it is a joke after all.
Then we keep switching it up to let's do it and not have an audience is kind of our theme. And then we were talking, well, maybe I'm revealing too much in case our families know. We might go full on like winter, like go to a place that there's a billion feet of snow.
Yeah.
And just have a thing. Or just, I mean, again, we're of a certain age. We don't need a rent a hall.
But you don't have a time frame involved. It's just like we'll figure it out together. We've got time.
I think at this point it could be
a year, 2 years
on a whim that could happen at any time.
Gotcha.
It could happen just any.
Well, it'll be a surprise. I like it. It's exciting.
Maybe the roller rink we do later, but it's.
I will tell you some initial thoughts I had when you were telling the story.
Okay.
The putting the ring in a drink.
Yeah.
It can always backfire on you.
Okay.
So I'm glad you didn't do that. When I was a kid, I wanted a high school class ring. And I kept saying it to my dad. Everyone has a ring but me.
Like a Jansing? Was that the company?
Yeah. Had to be your birthstone. Had to be big. Had to have my little football helmet on the side, my number and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted one. And he was like, it's stupid. You're not going to want it in a year. As soon as you graduate, you're never going to wear it again. So it's a waste of money. So he denied it. And then one morning I got up for breakfast and I was really groggy. And I was drinking my milk or orange juice or whatever. And he was like, finish your drink. I'm like, what? I'm thirsty. I got to get ready. He goes, finish your drink. And I started chugging. He goes, whoa, 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 whoa. And then, I thought it was an ice cube. And I realized at the end he had put my class ring in there. I could have choked, because I was going to finish it. And, but if he wasn't standing there, that's so it's good you didn't do that.
And then you got to fish it out. Do you still have your class ring?
I do.
You should wear it, dude.
I kept it.
Put it on, like
one thing I don't like about it, and I wish I would have changed. My birthstone is a light blue color, whatever the birthstone of Aries is, and it's kind of nice, I guess, but I didn't like it at the time.
Right.
I thought I saw another dude's ring who was it looked like a diamond, but it wasn't a diamond. It was some other stone. I said, that's cool. I want that. And I got that just because I thought that it looked cooler, like a diamond. Right. And now I have that. And it means nothing to me. It's not my birthstone. I don't know whose stone it is, but I thought it looked cool. I wish I'd have got my birthstone. You know what I mean?
We should get design Heffron and Reep ones. We can wear.
Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Heffron and Reep stone.
And then
class ring.
A class ring.
Yeah.
And
what's your birthstone?
I don't even know. July. Ruby, I think.
Aries.
And then people could come if they have a class ring. If they get into all the shows.
Right.
That's another thing. Next podcast we got to talk about is NFTs.
NFTs.
Right. Is that what it's called?
Non-fungible tokens?
Yes. It's artwork.
Oh, so mine would be a sky blue topaz or something, I think. It looks cool.
Topaz.
Yeah, topaz. But so that's one thought I had. Glad you didn't do that. Second thought I had was so I've been engaged twice in my life. Married once, engaged twice.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're telling your proposal story, I like to hear these stories because I look for things. Yeah. The first time I got engaged, I should have picked up the signs there because we got into an argument.
Right.
And I proposed to her in anger because she was accusing me of doing something fishy when really I was trying to be sneaky with the ring and not let her know, but she got mad at me. We argued in the parking lot of a mall about why we're here. And I'm like, this is why. Are you happy?
Right.
Yeah. So that was dumb. Right. But then it changed in the moment, but still not a great way to start an engagement.
I thought about that. I thought about having the ring in like an argument. Not that we argue, but it pop up and then I would go, yeah. So you know, who cares if somebody posted on my Facebook page? Look what I got. Like, I didn't want that to be a thing.
Yeah. So that was the first one. And then, and you know, we did get married, broke it off. And then the second one, I did get married. And that one, I already had the ring. She basically picked it out, you know, but I kind of, I mean, she picked it out, but not really. Like we would look for it and then it went away, like kind of what you did. And then I had the ring and I was happened to be filming my Comedy Central Presents in New York.
Okay.
And I took her with, and I thought I'm going to do it there. But she kind of knew I was going to do it.
Right.
You know, and I had an idea of where and when I was going to do it. I was going to do it at the top of the Empire State Building. We were going to go. Right. I'm going to go up there and do it up there, you know, sunset, make it really cool. But she knew that the ring was in my suitcase the night before. And I guess she really wanted it now. And she was like, oh, let's go do this. Come on, take whatever you have and let's just go down to Times Square and see what happens. And so I kind of knew that's what she was hinting at. And so I ended up proposing at like 2 or 3 in the morning in the middle of Times Square. That part wasn't too bad because there was nobody there.
Right.
It was very rare. It was like a Tuesday in Times Square, kind of chilly.
Except for somebody
just one homeless dude and another guy selling roasted peanuts to nobody. Right.
Yeah.
And then, but then that proposal happened right there on that little, where it takes Times Square takes a little fork and goes like that.
Yeah.
So it looked cool. But yeah, so when you were telling your story, I was thinking of my proposal stories. Yeah. And how I will do it when it's time to do it again. You know,
I was at like a restaurant once and I saw a guy propose. Like ever have it happen at like a comedy club? I've had it where somebody goes, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend on stage after your show. And it's they want you to bring them up on stage or
I've had a guy worked it out with him. He wanted to come on stage and I made it sound like he was heckling me, and I said, you think you're funny? Come on up here. And I worked with him and we did it together. And I had that happen where the guy, they were sitting in the front row. I was asking them like relationship things. You guys, how long you guys been dating? But dude, when are you gonna pull the trigger? And then he's like, man, I don't. And he said something kind of shitty, and the whole audience was like, And then the girl was getting mad, and then I started going, dude, if you just man up, if she's the right person, just do it right now. And then everyone started going, do it. Yeah. And then he said something like, get back to your show. And then so it was just total tense. And then he goes, do you want me to do it? Like he stands and then he just pulls out the ring and does it in front of everybody. And everybody was cheering like crazy. Did that happen at the end of your show?
It was kind of in the middle, which I didn't want to do because you can't swing your act back. So once they did it, but it was when I did a lot of marriage material, I kind of then was able, here's what you guys are in store for.
Right.
And it was like really cool, like life lessons or dude, you know, the bathroom next to the tub is never supposed to get like, I would just do all my old material and, you know, they love it. One time I saw a girl get proposed to and she looked at him and said kind of quietly, but I heard it. It was at a restaurant. She said, don't do this to me. Right. Because like, I think the waiters had their cake and had all the stuff they were going to bring over. You know, you saw them all kind of in the wings.
Don't do this to me.
Do this to me.
Okay. I'll take it back. Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
that's sad and embarrassing for the guy.
So a whole new
world.
A lot of exciting.
Congratulations are in order for Mr. and Mrs. soon to be Jon Heffron. And thank you for sharing it on Facebook. I like seeing pictures of, you know, not just you doing stand up, but you in your real life. I enjoy it. I'm sure a lot of people might.
Yeah, you do it. You like, so I kind of modeled after you. I'm like, Reep throws up an occasional kiss with his girl. And then there's a lot of videos of just comedy, but it just shows you're a human.
Sure.
I saw the pictures of you guys dressed. You were at a party and you're
Yes.
at dinner and your Halloween costumes, I'm assuming like Roman,
Mhm.
like was that like
Yeah.
a queen and like a just Roman fighter?
Right.
How comfortable was that outfit? Like I saw it on you. I'm like, I would, if everyone could just commit to dressing like that. It's kind of a cool look.
That's why I wanted it, dude. Okay, 2 reasons. One, my girl, for whatever reason, is attracted to men in kilts or skirts or that kind of thing. And I thought, all right, well, I've never wore one except for one thing a while back. I did a commercial, different story, wore a kilt. It was great. But I'm like, yeah, I kind of have the look where I could be an Irish sort of bagpipe dude wearing a kilt. I could pull that off. And I said, well, whatever we do, let's match. Because we had plans of being at a party. And we went to a murder mystery, by the way, which I'm going to tease everything for next episode, okay? Because we already had an hour. So next episode, I will tell you all the story of the murder mystery we went to in Hickory at a nice restaurant called Fork. I will tell you the Halloween party we went to in Hickory called the Halloween Bash. A lot of fun, everyone dressed up. But I chose what I chose because I knew she would be attracted to me wearing it.
Nice.
Also because I thought it would look cool. You know, it makes you look kind of, all girls want to be sexy. It used to be you want to be funny or scary, and then it's changed to sexy. And now the men are trying to be sexy because I've seen a lot of dudes dressing up with their fake muscles in their costume, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, like, well, if she thinks that's sexy, I will do that. And we went and found it was at a Halloween store, the Spirit, where it just comes into town for a month and then leaves. We went to one of them stores and picked it out together, and we were like, well, this is what we're wearing, and it was great.
Yeah, it looked cool. It looked like you probably just shouted, bring me beer, horses, and fresh women for the men.
Yeah,
like that type of.
I kept saying, "This is Hickory."
I went the opposite. I've shared my thing with you. One of our favorite shows we've been watching is this show, Sex Education. That apparently it's more of a kids show. Like no adults really have seen it, even though it's super, super good.
I tried to watch it.
We dressed as the characters and took some pictures. Alan, if you just want to show them up, I'm very proud of our costumes, and I don't feel it's getting the love it needs on Instagram. So I'm going to make everybody look at them right now. We dressed as Maeve and Otis from the Sex Education. Look how good that picture.
It is fantastic.
I had those brown corduroys on, and last minute I switched to jeans because he wears the same ones. I even have a backpack next to me that you can't see.
Yeah. No, I saw this picture and thought that is remarkable. Where did you shoot this picture?
Just in town. But I didn't realize when we shot it, there's hedges behind both of us, and there's a brick wall,
right?
With like.
I thought like how detailed. That's great. The hedges are almost exactly the same.
I have his backpack next to me. Then we both looked at it and went, we should have looked this way. We should have did this. I'm like, it's still pretty good.
How did you find the jacket? I've never seen a jacket like that.
I just went online and started typing Otis's jacket on whatever and found it like in Japan.
Right. Wow. And your hair looks good. Picture, I mean, her hair's dyed as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got the pink in her hair like the other girl did.
Yeah. And then that's another picture from, them in class. Look,
you know what you should do, John? Going. Yeah, 100%. And those lockers are in your house. That's great.
Right.
Have you posted this picture and then tagged the show?
Yeah. And no love. Wouldn't you do that though? If I saw somebody dressed as Heffron Reep and they tagged me, I would have said
reshare
something.
It. Yeah. I mean,
I would have said something.
Right.
But then that I was very impressed. I'm like, we got lockers. I got the jacket.
Yep. That looks good.
She was mad. She's like, her hair was forward.
Right.
I'm like, we didn't have like a continuity person.
Yeah. The lockers were yellow, but we get it. It's fine.
But I did touch up my hair in post and made it darker and less gray on some of these pictures.
I can't tell.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's believable whatever you did.
So
Oh man, that looks like y'all had fun. Did you go anywhere, or did you just
went to
dress up?
town, had a drink, and then kind of came back and watched the baseball. It was
Right.
It was a busy week. We went to the winery. I did a show, got engaged. It was her birthday, Halloween.
Great,
and then
dude.
went to bed exhausted yesterday, and then start anew.
Who's she rooting for in baseball?
We are Atlanta, the Braves.
Yeah, there you go.
When I was at the Punchline, I bought tickets and we went to some early Braves game.
Okay.
At the stadium. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Go Braves! I'm with you. Closest team to me anyway. So why not?
And then the next thing, I know, when I'm in Atlanta, I'm trying to get tickets. And this is how dorky I am. I'm trying to work the Punchline Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because the Wednesday before in February, Rick Springfield is playing with the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra.
Ooh.
So he's singing all his songs with an orchestra. Goodness. And I just figure that's just something I might need to attend.
Well, she would love that, I'm sure.
Congrats.
Congrats. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for John Heffron and his nuptials.
Hey, by the way.
Yeah, hang on. Go ahead.
Do you have dates to plug?
I do. Well, my next date's too late for you to get on it if you're not already a part of it. I'm going to be on the cruise ship, Reeps Peeps Comedy Cruise. That's right, November 6th through 11. Then after that, I will be in Evansville, Indiana with Reno Collier, and then Bowling Green, Kentucky with Reno Collier. That's the 19th and 20th of November. Zany's in Nashville after Thanksgiving. Then it's Virginia Beach, and all those dates can be found at heffronandreep.com.
Yes, so I'm going to give you some of my dates, but you can go to heffronandreep.com for these. This is a big one. Next week, depending on when you hear this, so I'll say this. November 11th through the 13th, I am at the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, Michigan. I see a new thing online. There's big thing that says small low ticket alert. I don't even know if that's true. I just know there's a lot of comedy.
As in low sales, like they need to get rid of tickets.
There's a lot of comedy going on that weekend, and I'm trying to just, hopefully people are Michigan loyal. But there's this new the Bagazzi kid who's a block away from me, and then this Kreischer kid who's also very close to me, all that same weekend.
Boy.
And my ego can't handle it when I see videos of those guys in front of their thousands of people. Mm-hmm. So I really,
folks, come on, support the homeboy. Go see
Warlow Comedy Castle, 11th through 13th. They don't care if you're vaccinated or not. Let me just say that.
Right.
Also, the very next weekend, I'm in Philly at the Helium Comedy Club, 18, 19, and 20 November. Back in Philly. It's been a minute.
I love it. Go to heffronandreep.com. Write us a nice review on Apple Podcasts. Bump up our numbers.
Yeah.
And I love it. Thank you very much. All right. You want to wrap it up, buddy?
That's it, everybody. Do everything John said. Leave comments if you watch this whole thing. I'm curious about 80s, what I should name my dance club. Let us know if a roller rink show would be fun or not, hip or cool. Yeah. So all that stuff. So that is it. This has been Heffron and Reep 2021.
Peace.